Hey everybody, happy Wednesday, and this is this week's edition of. Hey everybody, happy Wednesday. This is this week's edition of 2 Minutes with Jeff. Mm, I don't know how to edit videos, so I can't make any like cool transitions or anything. So this is what you get. I want to talk this week about all the rumblings that I've been reading online. Not really so much hearing, but a lot of reading online about the housing market slowing down. I want to talk about what this is and what it's not. So first, we'll talk about what it's not. This is not the signs of a market crash. It's not, the housing bubbles burst. That is not what this is. So if you're thinking that that's going to happen, I don't think you're correct in making that assumption. And we kind of went over with the last month's 2 Minutes with Jeff of why I don't think that there will be a housing crash. What this does mean, and I think I believe it more on the national level than I do the local level. But I am starting to see a little bit on the local level, to be honest with you. Um, the first thing is, you know, everybody there's this phenomenon that the work from home phenomenon, and I think that's what spurred a lot of things this year in the housing market, wanting people to move, is because a lot of people's jobs was lenient with them working for wherever they wanted to work from. So people said, okay, well, let's relocate, let's move. If I could work from anywhere, I don't have to go into an office. That sounds great. I think that is great, but I think people now are starting to maybe rethink that idea and kind of pumping the brakes on that one. When something's new, it's exciting and everybody wants to do it. Two is going to be, I think people are just sick and tired of the competition. People are sick of multiple offers. You have to put in an offer against 15 other people. Um, you know, Bid way over asking price, appraisal gap guarantees, waiving inspections, like you name it. People are just sick and tired of it. I mean, there's probably people out there who have been looking since the beginning of spring, who have been putting in offers back to back to back consistently, and they're just not getting their offer accepted. So at some point it gets frustrating, and at some point they're probably like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm just going to wait. So I think that there is a little bit of that going on, and I think that's what we're seeing a little bit locally, especially with FHA buyers, because it is super tough right now to get a government-backed loan accepted. FHA and VA are, they're fighting it out with conventional buyers who I think are, in better positions financially, and it is just brutal. It is just brutal. So it kind of is what it is, but I feel bad for those types of people because they're probably just getting beat out on every offer they submit. So it's really tough. So people are probably giving up at that. And lastly, I think there is some still kind of stigma that everybody's talking about buying at the peak. Oh, I don't want to be buying at the peak, overpaying for something. There are still those people out there. And that may be true. Nobody can time the market perfectly. It's like the stock market. You're never going to be able to time any stock perfectly. I don't care if you're Warren Buffett, Jimmy Buffett. Um, that's my Wolf of Wall Street reference. Yeah, I don't, you can't time it. It's impossible. So, do I think we're at the peak? I actually don't. I actually don't. So, with this market slowing, I believe that the competition is slowing, but the prices are not going to slow. The prices are still going to go to increase. It's almost like we've developed the bottom line, and the bottom line keeps going and going as there's more comps of these houses that sell for way over asking, and things like that. You just keep raising the bottom line bar higher and higher and higher, and I think that's just going to drive prices higher. There's still going to be closings happening. There's still going to be transactions. It's just it looks like that there's a little slowdown in the market, and I think it's just a little bit of frustration. So don't confuse that with there's a bubble or there's a crisis or we're at the peak and the market's going to crash. That's not what's happening, and that's not what's going to happen throughout this year, and I think it well into next year too. So let me know what you think. Shoot me a message, and we can have a conversation about it. All right, till next time.